Hello everyone, today I'll be presenting a mobile assisted language learning or MAL enhanced unit specially designed for grade 8 students. This unit is titled Let's Talk, boosting conversational English mobile learning. The goal is to develop students' confidence and ability in using English for everyday conversation by incorporating mobile tools that are accessible, familiar, and engaging. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's start with our learners. This unit targets grade 8 public school students, most of whom have beginner to elementary level English proficiency, or the CEFR call it A1 and A2. They can understand simple expression and response to basic questions, but they often struggle with fluency and confidence, especially in speaking. They usually have access to smartphones, either their own or shared at home, and they are comfortable using apps and browsing the internet. This unit responds to the specific need to speak English in a real-life situation like greetings, talking about routines, or asking for help. Our learning objectives reflects the practical skills students need. By the end of this week-long unit, learners will be able to use basic greetings and everyday expression with confidence, respond to and participate in simple English conversation, record themselves speaking and reflect on their pronunciation and grammar, and last, identify areas for improvement using mobile tools like voice typing or speech recognition apps. These objectives support both communication and learner autonomy. We're making use of 4 main mobile tools. First, we have Duolingo, which help reinforce vocabulary and basic grammar through gamified learning. Second, we have voice recorder or voice typing, allow students to hear themselves, practice pronunciation, and identify errors by comparing audio to written. Third, we have YouTube and BBC Learning English. Teens provide engaging video content that models authentic conversation. And lastly, we have Padlet. Alternative for that, we have Google Classroom. This will serve as a digital spaces where learners submit tasks, listen to peers work, and give feedback. These tools are selected because they are free, accessible, and most of all, student-friendly. Now let's look at the weekly flow of the unit. It combines synchronous or real-time and asynchronous, flexible self-paced activities. In day 1, synchronous, introduction to the unit, basic greetings and short conversation like hello, how are you? And we'll use a role play and begin Duolingo's greetings and basic 1. Day 2, we have asynchronous. Students watch a short YouTube video or a real conversation. They record themselves mimicking at least 3 lines and submit it with a brief written reflection. Day 3, synchronous. Focus on daily routines using common phrases like I wake up at or I go to school at. Students will practice in pairs and play a guessing game to make it fun. Day 4, asynchronous. Students use voice typing to say 5 sentences about their day. They will correct any spelling or grammar mistakes the app capture and reflect on how clearly they spoke. And for our last day, day 5, synchronous. The final task. Learners will pair up to record a 1-minute dialogue about a topic like favorite food or favorite hobbies or school subjects. This is followed by peer review and final reflection journal. This structured balance guided instruction with independent practice, very mall friendly. Now let's move to our assessment strategy. We're using both formative and summative assessment strategies to track progress. Formative assessment include Duolingo practice, daily speaking activities, and submitted recordings. This gives students consistent feedback while they still learning. Summative assessment is based on the final speaking task. A 1-minute recorded dialogue assists using a rubric that covers fluency, clarity, vocabulary, and confidence. Additionally, students will write a reflection journal to express what they learned, what they enjoyed, and what challenges they faced. We'll also encourage peer assessment to develop listening and critical thinking. Addressing challenges. Now let's talk about some possible challenges and how we can address them. First, access to device and data can be an issue. To address this, the tasks are mostly offline or low bandwidth. Students can complete recordings without Wi-Fi and upload them during school hours if needed. Second challenge we have digital literacy. Not all students are comfortable with apps. We know that. So on day 1, we'll guide them through using Duolingo, voice recorders, and Google tools. Peer support and printed guides will also help them. Third, privacy for recording. Many students feel shy or don't have quiet spaces at home. We'll allow flexible options like recording in class or with partners. Voice typing is another low-pressure alternative. Finally, teacher workload. Giving feedback on audio can be heavy. To lighten the load, we'll use checklists, rubrics, or peer feedback. Teacher can focus detailed comments on a few recordings per day, rotating across the class. By preparing these issues, we ensure a smooth and inclusive learning experience. Rationale and justification. So, why use small? Mobile learning is engaging, personal, and accessible. For grade students who already use phones every day, it makes learning feel natural and relevant. This unit empowers students to practice English anywhere, anytime. It shifts learning from passive textbook drills to real communication using videos, apps, and voice recordings. MAL also builds learning autonomy. Students take control of their practice, repeat lessons, and review feedbacks on their own time. It fosters confidence, not just in grammar, but in a real-world conversation. Finally, this approach supports inclusive learning. Whether students are shy, busy, or lacking resources at home, MAL provides flexible, meaningful ways to learn. In short, this unit makes English come alive and support the kind of confident, creative communication students need today. To wrap this up, thank you so much for listening. This small enhanced unit not only teaches English, it helps students own their voice and use language confidently in daily life. I am excited to see how mobile learning can empower our learners. That's all from me. Once again, thank you.